Pretty much like I just said there. Finland, I shall avenge you. I just got home like 20 minutes ago. I had enough time to drop everything, fire this up, and make some ramen because I haven't had anything to eat since breakfast, which was breakfast for lunch.
We'd like to apologize.
Uh,
He absolutely didn't know his
delicious
microphone
and
was
nutritious, of
on.
course.
And on that note, good evening, Speed Gaming, and welcome to this week's Link to the Past. Not Link to the Past. It is a Link to my past because this was my first Z1R flag set. But it is the Z1R Weekly as we continue our tournament tribute series looking into the 2017 tournament with our runners, Dr. J, PhD, Chaos Finale, Mako71, BBQ.gov. And good evening, everybody. I'm Leslie Pro, joined tonight by Moonrisen Phoenix. How you doing tonight, Moonrisen?
Doing quite well. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this tournament. Well, not this tournament race. I've been too used to tournament racing. As we're underway in the flag set of the third tournament ever run in Zelda 1 Randomizer.
That we are, and this is basically a consternation flag set without the heart shuffle.
Should be quite interesting. Somewhat inexpensive blue ring at 230 rupees.
That's the minimum. And we got any roads. Well, two of them go West Death Mountain. Only one of them needs to go over their game, just saying. And it looks like our door repair hint is just an old man yelling at us to get off your own lawn.
That's interesting. Another interesting thing to mention, Chaos Finale found our first big bucks at a seed, 135 rupees.
And the sword.
Sword in the desert shop, of all places. Chaos Finale off and running.
Good sidestep by Mako to avoid walking into a blue dark nut that would have sent them back to start. Dr. J rejected heading into the Forest Armos.
Unfortunate, but sometimes... Oh, look at that. BBQ.gov finding our white sword item. It is the bow.
We need 4 to 6 hearts to get that, unfortunately. It's not like we can get that right away. Be nice, but no. We have level 5.
First level of the day over here on Mako's screen. This was also the tournament that introduced Shapes Dungeons to play, and level 5 at the Grave Armos. Interesting. Level 5, and right next to it, hey, look at that. We've got mags.
Screen scroll by Mako71 to get over to what our Armos item is, and it's a pack of hot dogs on the ground.
Pack of hot dogs, firewood, the raft. We have names for such things as BBQ.gov finds another level over in the Letter Mountain. That's level 8.
That's going to be 2 items, and we do have a small secret sighting at 20. That is the maximum of the range. And to answer chat, the hints for this seed are helpful.
Absolutely. So if you find something the old man's saying, you're going to want it. And there's the hint for the bow for Dr. J. I believe he'd seen it, though, beforehand. BBQ.gov, second to find a sword at 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Dr. J ended level 8. He's going to poke his head into a room and see that there's nothing further he can do here. Chaos Finale, the first of our 4 featured runners, to find a bomb shop, and get a bomb drop, and it looks like our door repair penalty rolled to 20, the vanilla of the range of 15 to 25. That's level 2 for BBQ. This would be a good level to dig something out of.
We'll agree with that, and over on 1Q1 of all places.
And for the first time this seed, name that ink blot. Bomb prices rolled up by 5% to 21.
Not a big problem as Chaos Finale finds their first take 80. Right next to Letter Mountain. That's the candle, and there's a Triforce for BBQ. Doesn't pick it up yet, though.
And BBQ is locked in with Landmo's, ladder blocked, but can deal with this room and get back out.
Question in chat, why get a candle when you know you need the bow? The hearts will come. You also need the arrows for that bow to be useful. That candle opens up plenty of places where another heart can be.
And Dr. J takes a death in the overworld. Back to start he goes, and it looks like BBQ is making a beeline for the Triforce here in level 2. That he is, and he is out of there.
Mako finding their first take, and he takes the candle over in the southwest corner. Well, there's a rarity. 2 secrets over in the southwest corner. It's odd that we say that the southwest corner is useful, but tonight, oh goodness.
Yeah, not terrible.
Two take amies, potentially 2 hearts, and a bow white sword item seed. I'll take it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And at the top of the Lost Hills is a bomb shop. And the bomb shop has a bait shop included. As our shop's contents are shuffled and the candle opens up level 3 for Mako 71.
At 2Q7.
Actually, for Mako 71, that's not 2Q7. In First Quest, that's a large secret.
Oh goodness. Look at those hint prices.
Gross. I would return there after an up-A save, buy the hints, and then save scum the results. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a long walk to get there.
Meanwhile, Dr. J filled... Whoop. For a moment there, I could have sworn that Dr. J had filled his wallet, but appears a retry was in the cards.
Did he misclick?
I think he might have. But on the flip side, he's already got all the information he already picked up, so it's... And we're early enough that it's not too much of a problem, as we see as Dr. J picks up a large secret at the Coast Cave.
Speaking of the coast, we didn't get a look at the coast item.
Ouch, look at those potion prices. Almost exactly similar. 40 for the blue, 79 for the red.
Yeah, the red rolled up, the blue rolled its usual vanilla price.
Meanwhile, BBQ fighting level 7.
There's a blue meringue for BBQ. Gonna pick it up, and somewhere our friend Fury SK is smiling.
Absolutely. Winning the random percent tournament just this past week.
And shoutouts to everybody involved in the Random Percent the Third tournament. Runners, trackers, commentators, everyone behind the scenes, and the viewers. It was a great tournament, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the next tournament has in store for us. 4 hearts not enough to get the bow.
Interesting catch there. BBQ.gov finding level 5, meanwhile, deciding to poke his head in.
And there is a transport staircase in level 5. But that is a basement staircase, and that's the ladder.
That was
BBQ knows that level 2 has a ladder block, and the power bracelet is ladder block, so that's a pretty big find there.
absolutely. I mean, the ladder alone is a huge find, and BBQ is going to be very happy to see that ladder right at the doorstep of level 5.
Yeah, because usually we say that first staircase is a transport staircase. Not this time.
And of all things to find there. Dr. J Racing, he's got 2 large secrets on the board, and
Name that Inkblot, and level 5 is the Den of the Lionels.
oh boy, that's going to be fun for absolutely everybody involved.
And a very good clock drop yields the compass, so now BBQ knows what room to go to. Oh, that is a rude place for an old man. Now BBQ has to find the transport stair in order to get to the Triforce, because that is a block. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same level 5.
Indeed, but BBQ does have a key on board and knows exactly where to go. 2 spots for that. Oh, thanks, game. We knew the magic boomerang was at 7. Unfortunately, that's, well, actually BBQ also has it, which is, thanks, game.
Yep, hints and old news. That be the way of the randomizer sometimes.
Absolutely. Oh, that key needed to get out of that transport room, but BBQ finds a key for it.
Yeah, use a key, get a key. Level 5 tends to have an abundance of keys, so if you have to use one, that's not too bad. You'll probably come out of it breaking even at worst. And the Triforce room is guarded fiercely by red Lionels.
BBQ may be wanting a key out of this room before he gets the Triforce. Or, you know, maybe I'm...
That was the Triforce room, so just clear it, grab the triangle, move on. Number 2.
I thought it was still 1 room out. I misread the map. My apologies, chat.
It happens to the best of us. Chaos Finale, now in level 5. Now about to get the ladder.
And the ladder being the first item you actually find in a dungeon, yeah, you'll take that every day.
Oh, for sure. And chat pointing out that Mako bought wood arrows. That is a good purchase. Especially when you know where the bow is early, because you never know, you could have a Goma block in one of the dungeons.
And we've seen plenty of those over the course of the tournament.
Mid-secret, a bit lacking at 29 rupees, but with the other secrets being as good as they are, it's still a big money seed.
And meanwhile, BBQ.gov buys 1 hint and finds the absolute jackpot. Level 8 has our silvers.
Yeah, that is an absolute jackpot, knowing you don't have to look for silvers in level 9, knowing where to go. You can just go after him whenever you get to that dungeon.
I believe BBQ even knows where level 8 is. It's over on Letter Mountain.
And level 6 is at the grave. We did see that hint already, but I think I was a little too enamored with the rudeness of that old man placement at the time.
You and me both there, Leslie. Mako looking near the start area, yes. Just west of Vanilla Start, level 4.
Decently sized dungeon. With a very early Triforce. The grave area, also the home to level 5. I don't think Mako knew that, so that's information for him.
Considering the ladder at the doorstep, that's going to be big information.
Oh, for sure. He doesn't know that yet, but he'll be happy too when he gets there. And that room is Dig Dogger blocked. Watch that be the map because the game knows.
Uh-oh. That's going to be a time-consuming room here.
Finds a bomb wall, though.
And gets to keep his count and keep his... Get a bomb pack Chaos Finale with the Triforce at level 5. First of the day.
Indeed, on the board, and that is a take any up for Dr. J. And BBQ unfortunately sees the bad news that just a little short on money for that blue ring.
Of course, if you find the red ring in a dungeon, that's not a problem.
Yeah, at that point, that's irrelevant.
Meanwhile, Mako finds a staircase at level 4. We'll take the diamond safety to knock out the land molas, and may have the item here in level 4.
And the item is the wand, which is an increased offense as it does white sword damage. Doesn't work against Wizrobes, but what it does work on, it does a pretty good job.
Absolutely does, and that's constant ranged combat, even with some damage, so that's a nice find if you ask me. BBQ 1 bomb on this manhandler.
Chaos Finale doing the tango with a Gleeok. Takes it down for map. Oh my goodness, that is a shape for that level 7. Name that ink blot.
An unmitigated disaster. Meanwhile, BBQ.gov takes down the manhandler and gets met with a Gleeok right next door.
That's the ladder for Dr. J. Still, Gleeoks and Wizrobes in the same dungeon group, which is how the seed rolled. Kinda gross.
Yeah, I'll go with painful on that one for sure. Door strats for BBQ against this. Oh, this is a 4-headed on top of it. Yeah, give me the door strats.
Yeah, the door strats will be good. It's paying off nicely. Mako finds level 9 on Candle Row.
What a spot for it. Level 2 right nearby. Let's see if Mako is going to opt to dig this one.
BBQ took a hit. He's going to have to abandon the strat and get inside, but is waiting for the right window to strike. Sees an opening. Gets taken out. That was a good effort.
Meanwhile, Chaos Finale ties it up with BBQ's second Triforce, this time in level 7.
Something tells me Dr. J is going to see this entire level 5 through. No reason to not. Mako going after the Danger Noodles. We did not see this from BBQ earlier.
We're seeing borderline game nose at this point, Leslie. That was
for sure. That's the heart container room.
Oh,
and he sits it on.
Yeah.
Love it.
Not happy to see that one, and I do not blame him.
Neither do I. Now, there is one thing that's we're not clear on, because level 2 drops 2 items on the floor. We are not clear is if that is the coast heart or the dungeon heart native to this dungeon.
BBQ in trouble against a sniper squad. Triforce and 2 for Mako.
So we have 3 runners with 2 Triforce pieces, but 3 different sets. For Mako, 2 and 4. For BBQ.gov, 2 and 5. For Chaos Finale, 5 and 7.
I'd rather be in Chaos Finale's shoes right now. I mean, you've got the ladder, you've got Triforce from 7, which, let's face it, 7, nobody likes the place.
Yeah, especially having a look at that ink blood. Holy Moses. That was a gross one.
Oh, and level 8's got Wizrobes on top of it. Sure, that's fun for all ages. And Mako's had enough of this level, and I don't blame him.
Oh yeah, same here. BBQ has to clear this room to continue or use a key. The gorillas are ganged up near the key door, so not looking good for using the key. Well, maybe there's a window now. I just don't like that the gorillas, for one reason. That boomerang they throw, they can shoot it without warning, easily taking Link out, as well as causing damage.
Oh, yes. There's a reason I call them the Sniper Squad.
That is a good name for them. Hey, that's the Dungeon Heart for level 8. BBQ now has a 50-50 chance of picking up the bow.
Not going to argue after such a tough combat room. And there's the bow for Mako. 5 hearts.
5 was enough.
Yep. And with wooden arrows in play, we've got some more damage.
The Triforce in level 8 is in its usual room. BBQ gets sniped by a Wizrobe beam. Back to start.
Good old Hyrule Driver. That's a painful one.
Now, Dr. J did grab the Triforce out of level 5 on the board. And for Mako, that is old news. Yeah, Oasis, I agree with you. Never 7 for sure. And we've got ourselves a HUD clip from Mako. Very well done.
Chaos
to get
fighting.
Over to level 8, nice move.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, level 8, not easy. Not today, at the very least.
I'll admit I'm not the best at explaining the mechanics of how the HUD clip works, but basically by clipping into the HUD and then doing a screen wrap, Mako was able to get over to where level 8 is with less resistance and not having to deal with enemies. Very clever move.
Mako telling the game to stop beeping at him for a moment.
Sometimes I'd like to say that to traffic when I'm on a bus that's at a red light and some idiot behind the bus is blowing the horn. It's like, what do you want us to do? The light's red.
People.
I could go on and on, but I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, probably best. We've got 4 runners making
We've got
their way
4
through
very good
dungeons.
runners here. So we're going to keep it positive. And speaking of positive, at least for our side, it's been a good day around here. As Chaos gets Triforce number 3 for them. The Triforce out of level 4. Nice fairy pickup. And yeah, that level 8 ink blot is also very interesting name. That ink blot.
Yeah, that's a nasty crossroads if you ask me. Chaos Finale picks up the letter at the river. Oh, hi, Leon.
I do see a good call out for 8's Inkblot as BBQ takes a death. Someone churning butter oriented downward. Interesting. Didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, I can see that.
Dr. J, 1 heart short.
Chaos finding the raft, meanwhile, picking it up.
Potion use for Mako. I like this play because this is not an easy room combat-wise.
And he'll be doubly happy once he finds out what's in this room, because this is where BBQ found Dungeon Heart.
Now, you definitely want to be stocking up on Dungeon Hearts, because the enemies in this game do a lot of damage, especially when you toss in Lionels and Wizrobes and Ganon. Oh my.
Mako thinking for a moment about picking up that Triforce. Not just yet, he says.
BBQ might go for a Kanana key here, depending on how this room plays out. Does need some cooperation from the like. Or you can get some cooperation from a damage boost from a turret. That works too.
Yeah, I'll give him props for that one.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good play. Although I think some of that might have been just improvisation, but sometimes the best plays are where you improvise, and that was a good one.
And he's rewarded with an item. There's the silvers.
Rewarded beautifully for that call to Kanana key there.
Yeah,
The next best thing as a reward for that would have been an any key, but we'll take what we get because we need that to beat the game.
Absolutely. Chaos in level 2 joining Dr. J. And BBQ with the silvers in tow says, I'm done in here. Triforce number 3 on the board at level 8.
Yep, I certainly can't fault him for that play. Because seriously, that level's a monster, and I don't want to spend more time in there than I have to.
Meanwhile, Mako gets a rude combo. Trap hit into Wizro Beam. Back to start.
Yeah, you hate to see that.
What? Question in chat: how big will 9 be with 7 and 8 large? Level 8 is 38 rooms, so yeah, chat pretty much on point. I'd cite around the 40 range. BBQ with 6 hearts will pick up that bow, and with silvers, that's magical sword level damage.
Not only that, it's basically a Schrodinger go mode at this point. Just needs to find the Triforces and go until, say, he runs into a Dig Dogger block.
That recorder's still somewhere in this game.
Well, speaking of, the recorder was ladder blocked in level 2. Dr. J digs it up first.
Well then, that's an interesting turn of events right there. Question in chat. The overworld is first quest.
Seeing a bit more of this level 8 from Mako is going to have to contend with a 4-headed Gleeok in order to continue, though.
Oh, no
Triforce
dice.
out of 2 for Dr. J, but Mako loses the battle with a Gleeok.
Chaos looking for the Kanana key. No problem.
Nicely done. Just remember, if you want that to stick, you gotta pass through the door from whence you came. I believe this room with the ropes was the one with the Tutti Flute. Nope, not this one. It's close, though, I can say that much.
Dr. J finding level 9 at Candle Row.
This is going to be an interesting room for Chaos due to the fact of not having a bow, not having a wand, bubbles getting around, and there's bunnies.
And one hit is going to send Chaos right back to start. Or, oh, wait, he's got a blue ring.
Blue ring, so it's 2 hits.
Oh, nothing wrong with the safety.
Use the Triforce in level 8. Mako not picking it up yet.
Mako doesn't know what's in here. He'll want what's in here as well.
Oh, for sure. He wants round 2 with the Gleeok. I don't blame him.
That is very true. Oh. Time to put that wand to use.
Oh, absolutely. And stacked with the wood sword, it does extra damage, so you're able to whittle away that Gleeok's health just a little bit faster. And that was the compass room. Interesting.
Oh.
Took a death and did not go back from whence he came. Oh, and a mugger room on Mako's side. How do you feel about max bombs or keys?
It's 2 keys. It's not horrible, but at the same time, right now our runners are key starved. Probably the last thing you want to see.
And we find another Gleeok room. Dr. J taking on the Gleeok. Rather, the Dig Dogger in level 4. See what this winds up being. Is this the Dungeon Heart? No, it winds up just being a door impediment.
Or frustration, depending on how you look at it.
I can see that too. This could be the second item here. It pushes, or it could be the transport. I don't think we've seen that yet. Nope, second item, and that is our Coast Heart right there.
So Coast Heart and Silver's an 8.
Looks like Mako's working his way back towards the Triforce. And BBQ's grabbing level 4's Triforce. At the same time, Chaos picks up a Triforce piece out of level 2, so they remain tied. But at 4 Triforce pieces as Dr. J grabs a wand.
BBQ out of level 4 by the looks of things. Or he might just be completely bomb blocked from the rest of the dungeon.
Well, not just bomb, but keys too.
Red candle in level 1 thanks to that hint from Chaos.
And now Chaos knows about the silver arrows in level 8. He now knows, well, already had the recorder out of 2. And level 1 is on Death Mountain. Nice manhandle kill on Mako's end.
There's the Triforce, but Mako looks like he wants that second item.
Now Chaos about to get the bad news about the bow. Really wants to pick it up. The game's like, nope, not this time. Mako gets the silver arrows out of level 8.
That was some persistence on the dungeon dig, and well rewarded on it.
Absolutely. Persistence paying off. You love to see it.
Chaos on his way into level 8, while Mako, one thing left to do here, and it's grab the Triforce and run.
Yep, grab the Triforce and clear on out. So this really is a never 7 seed.
Well, you will need the Triforce from there, but that's it.
Yeah, thankfully not a deep dig for that item. Chat pointing out that there are 2 take any doors that are next to each other that Chaos Finale has yet to see. Just damage boosts right through the Gleeok. No big deal.
Fortunately, there are some high damage enemies in here, starting with these red gorillas.
And BBQ gets asked an important question. Won't you be my neighbor? That is a shout out to the late Mr. Rogers.
That's quite a ways back.
Yeah, it's going back to my childhood, I'll say that much. Level 3 for BBQ. We have not seen the item here.
Yes, the Lionel Den.
Won't be so bad with silvers, but gotta keep in mind that each arrow fired costs a single rupee. So, what haven't we seen yet?
We haven't found level 1 yet, and Mako's in Debt Mountain's vicinity, so we might be seeing it soon.
Yep. Oh, and to answer a question in chat, we're talking about Mr. Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, not Aaron Rodgers, who used to be the quarterback of the Packers.
Forgotten spot. Not staying forgotten, and Mako won't complain about another heart container. That's 9 and 1 away from being magical sword eligible.
But it's only a 20% chance at picking up the magical sword, as that rolls anywhere between 10 and 14.
That is correct.
For hearts. Which, speaking of, Dr. J picks up the floor heart in level 8.
Meanwhile, Gliok claims another victim in Chaos Finale. This level 8 giving absolutely nothing to our runners in terms of mercy. My goodness.
Absolutely. This is just like the Mario 3 weekly rando seed from last night in the sense of Gliok's like Boss Bass, taking no prisoners.
Eastern Debt Mountain turning out to be a fair bit of a bust here for Mako.
Key purchase for Mako. I can't say I blame him. I actually support that play. Keys have been a struggle mostly for our runners, as the most keys on the board right now is Dr. J, just picked up number 6. BBQ at 4 is gonna pick up the book. I don't think it does anything other than create wand fire though in this flag set.
Not seeing anything to dispute that claim.
There's level 1. Mako finds that as BBQ gets the Triforce out of level 3. Also got the, like I was saying, got the book out of 3. Level 2 by a lake. Yeah, that's very old news, old man. Now, the thing about level 1 is that this dungeon tends to be key hungry. And there's a Gliok.
Going to need to knock this one down. The good news, it's only a 2-headed.
And it's done. Oh, look at this. 2-door Monty. Yeah, once again, looking into a key-starved level 1. Mako just needs the ladder. That's in level 5, so Mako could potentially go back in to try and find an item, which he is. Can't fault the play. Best thing he could find here would be the white sword or the any key or the red ring.
We already know one of the items, though, and it's red, but it's just a candle.
And this could be an item here, too. No, it's a transport staircase. You know what that means.
Segmentio at play.
That it is, but is this a one-off room which could have a floor drop? Or is it find the bomb hole? Mako thought about... Yeah, he's on the bottom row. Now, the reason he didn't bomb to the right is that wouldn't be enough to create a segment in the shape's algorithm, especially for level 1, because the way this algorithm works is that levels 1 through 3, just like the vanilla game in First Quest, if the room is adjacent and there's no door, that wall generally will bomb. Now, there are exceptions. Right-facing corridor stair on the other side, an old man room, or Zelda's room. Those are the exceptions.
There's a red candle on the floor here in level 1.
That just means the other item's in a basement stair, and it looks like this could be that room. As Chaos Finale finds silver arrows, let's see what this stair is. Red ring! So that is a huge payoff for Mako because he had no ring prior to that.
Yeah, that one... Mako's happy. I mean, sure, you lost 3 keys trying to get this thing, but red ring puts any concerns of defense to rest.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you're still going to take a significant amount of damage, relatively speaking, to a red Wizrow beam or a Hyrule driver, but those are the 2 big ones you have to worry about.
Now, has Mako seen... Oh, wait, I think Mako might still be looking for level 9.
He might have faded Candle Row, and that's where it is.
He just looked at his map to see what he's missed.
Great screen scrolls from Mako as BBQ gets the Triforce out of level 7. That's number 6.
And with only levels 1 and 6 remaining, you've got silvers, you've got your bow. You're pretty happy if you're BBQ right now.
Oh, for sure. No doubt about that. Looks like level 6 required the power bracelet, so you did need the ladder to get the power bracelet to get into 6.
Oh. More interesting news from this seed.
Pretty darn big. Because that's the Triforce out of 8 for Chaos Finale. And the silvers for Dr. J, so now all 4 of our featured runners have the silver to kill the beast.
Chaos doesn't quite have the bow yet, but has the 5 hearts required for it.
That's a transport stair. Not a bad decision to take it because of how large level 6 can be.
and it gets him one room away from the Triforce with ropes guarding it. And, well, that's a rather simple room with Silver's Triforce from 6 for BBQ, and Triforce from 8 for Dr. J.
So now it's just level 1 to find for BBQ. Smart use of the any road there, by the way. I think he knows it's here on Death Mountain, it's just he hasn't found it yet, and he took the any road to get closer to it, which Dr. J just entered, and Chaos Finale finally has his bow.
Meanwhile, Mako making a run here. We've got 5 Triforce on the board for Mako. Triforce in 3. BBQ wanting a bomb drop from these red dark nuts.
Understandable, if you gotta dig up here, you're gonna need bombs. One trick you can do is force a 10 count to get a bomb, which is, long story short, kill 9 enemies with any means without taking any damage from anything source of damage. And the 10th one, if it's a dropper if it's an enemy that drops anything and you kill it with a bomb, it drops a bomb. Yeah, level 1 looks like the number 1 suffered a broken nose multiple times. It's like somebody merged level 1 with the nose of WWE Chief Operating Officer Triple H. And if you know, you know.
That's an interesting comparison there. And Dr. J not going to argue for a moment about that red ring.
For sure, that's one item you definitely want to pick up. So, there are 3 items outstanding at the moment. Those being the wooden boomerang, the white sword, and the any key. Which of those items wound up in 9? Which one is stuck in 6?
It's going to be an interesting ask there. And oh, that's a room for BBQ.
Yeah, that room which we saw earlier from Mako wound up being a one-off. Feeling lonely? That's heart number 10 for Dr. J. We'll see if he makes a play for the magical sword at some point. BBQ in level 1, looking to take out this Gleeok, does not have the wand, so has to do it the old-fashioned way, but with just a blue ring, half damage, yeah, should be fine. Dr. J gets Triforce out of level 1.
5 on the board after that. That early problem there. BBQ thought about digging the items out of this level, but we'll take the Triforce, and he'll be our first of our featured runners with that ticket to 9.
Bit of a walk from here to get to level 9, so that's plenty of time to explain what BBQ's going to be after. He's fishing for bomb drops, by the way. So in level 9, he's going to be after 2 things. Looking and listening for a roar and a door. The roar refers to a room that is directly adjacent to the beast, as the beast is a very loud and boisterous creature, so loud that the walls can't contain the sound even after quiet hours. And that'll be in a room 1 north, south, east, or west from the current room. And also going to be looking for a single shutter door that stays closed when the room is cleared of enemies. And conversely, after defeating the beast, that single shutter door will pop open when enemies are in the room. You defeat the beast, find the kidnapped, finish the seed. And this is 100% a bomb play from BBQ. Understandable, because going into level 9 with just one bomb is not tenable. I don't agree with this amount of keys, though. Yeah, to follow up on what Putz just mentioned in chat, 1 being as small as it is, conserving keys for 9, I agree with, just because of how key hungry level 1 is. So, for Ganon, to answer that question in chat, on the wood sword, Ganon in this flag set is 15 hits. With the white sword, it's 8. With the magical sword, it's 4. There is no randomization to Ganon's HP, but look at this!
That is
10
a 10
hearts, enough for mags!
Oh, Dr.
Big
J.
advantage for Dr. J.
He is a happy man right now. That is a double sword upgrade, and there are few things that are going to make any runner happier.
I don't know about that, but here we go into level 9. That is a single shutter door. It does open, so that is not the kidnapped. And in level 9, there are 6 sets of transport staircases, as well as 2 basement staircases that have items in them. And now for level 9's specialty boss, Patra Wayne.
And with a wood sword, BBQ's not too happy about this.
And I was about to say, I hope he didn't just glitch out Patra and have it go expando ad infinitum, because that can happen if you kill the lead Patrobe on the wrong frame. Now, if you kill it on the correct frame, the expanding stops. It's phase 1 of the Patra down. Phase 2 down only gets a key. Oh, look, Zelda's room wound up being in level 6.
Mako also in level 6 now.
Interesting enemy set for this level 9, including Lionels, Tech-Tykes, who constantly jump around. And you've got Wall Masters too. You really don't want to get Wall Mastered in level 9, because if that happens, it's back to start.
That's absolutely true, but at the very least, you don't have Whiz Robes.
Here's a single shutter door room. BBQ's gonna clear this. Not the kidnapped.
Not an item either. Gonna keep digging.
Here's another staircase, all in close proximity. This was the kidnapped. And there's a transport stair, I think. Yeah, this is a good time. I would have taken that transport stair in the event it led to Ganon, unless there's a roar right here and we just can't hear it because we don't have his audio.
He's going to go take a look.
Because if it's a magical stair to Ganon, that's a quick trip back to Zelda. Even if we had audio, we would not be able to tell if this were Ganon nearby because boss roars do drown out the roar of the beast. And that's a magical sword pickup for Mako. That's huge.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a compass, which will point out the kidnapped, but not the beast. Speaking of, there's one of the 4 hints that can be in level 9. The beast awaits, which is the quadrant of where the beast is. You could also get quadrant of the kidnapped, enemy that guards a compass, or the location of the silvers. If they're in 9, it's a quadrant. If they're not in 9, the hint says they lie elsewhere. Now, those hints could also be erased by bait blocks or muggers. Well, BBQ's not turning this down. That's the white sword in level 9.
I mean, you're giving me a chance to make the Ganon fight twice as fast? Yeah, I'll take it.
Ditto that. And Lemon Kitsune in chat did call that the white sword was in 9. The other item that they called that was in 9 was the Eniki. What was it? No, Eniki in 6, Boomerang in 9. We're pretty close to learning that. Because we're not going to see the item in 6. And 7 is just an absolutely ugly ink blot.
No, I don't want to even know what the heck that's supposed to be.
BBQ spending last bomb. Ah, heard a roar. Gentlemen, guys and gals, non-binary pals, Ganon. It'll take 8 hits from the white sword to bring down Ganon with the blue ring. A Hyrule driver will cause 2 hearts of damage. Potion at the ready.
He does have it. I'd use it right now. You do not want to take a Hyrule driver and be forced back to start.
Agreed. 2 hits, I think. If I'm counting it right. 3. No stun lock. The pig can be slippery sometimes. Eats a driver, or was that a fireball? It's pretty close. Could have been either.
It was just a fireball. Oh, there's the second potion use. I don't think BBQ wanted to use it that early.
Yeah, that was a misfire. That can happen to even the best of us.
Absolutely. No stun lock yet, but 6 hits down. Dr. J with the Triforce and 7. There's the red
Where's
meat.
that 8? I don't care. Down goes Ganon. We got bacon, and BBQ.gov is a Triforce of power, and he's got the path.
Absolutely, he does.
And with a multitude of keys to spare, it's gonna be 7 by the time it's all said and done. Just a couple of rooms to go. But get your GGs in chat for BBQ.gov, who takes the Restream W on this edition of the Z1R Weekly with a time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, 43 seconds. 6th place overall. We had 5 sub-hour finishers tonight, folks. Starting with Druis in 5th place with a time of 59:59. Chest Jerk, 4th place, 59:41. Sis Crusher, 3rd with a time of 59:05. 56:49 Fury SK, 2nd place, and the winning time, Spudosaurus, 52:23, and we are now joined by BBQ.gov. GG, well played.
Hey everybody, how you doing? That was fast.
Yes, indeed. That certainly was a fast seed, and things fell your way. That's for sure.
Starting with that Kananiki from the damage boost, that probably was play of the game right there.
I mean, that was born out of pure frustration. How many times did I die in 8, beating my head against a wall, trying to get those silvers? And I didn't even know that room I was trying to get to had the silvers. I just knew it was an item. And I was just frustrated at that point. It was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. And by some miracle, I got to the door right on time. So that helped. It would have been really embarrassing if I'd have died in that next room and gotten bought by like gorillas back to back. But hey, it worked. I got silvers, and then that kind of, once I got through that hell, then everything else just kind of opened up. I got lucky finding a whole bunch of the late levels all bunched up on Death Mountain, so that helped too.
My goodness, 102.39. That's a solid time to say the least. Oh my goodness.
I mean, once I had bow and silvers, I just put on my, okay, we're just gonna go all gas, no brakes. We're not. I mean, I think I was in 4 for like 15 seconds. That's something I would normally, if I was hunting for like white sword or something, or like red ring, I would try and stick around and dig the item out of 3 or dig the item out of 4. I just happened upon the book in 3, and I was just like, okay, we're gonna do 9 on wood sword and 8 hearts, I guess. And then got lucky again with white sword and 9. That helped the Ganon fight a lot.
Most definitely did, no doubt about that. It also helped with dealing with enemies and getting to Ganon as well, because you never found the wand, which was in level 4.
Oh, that would have been nice. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Was it deep in 4, or was it fairly easy to find?
I don't think it was that bad to find, really.
Okay. Yeah, oh, I see Mako's got it. That helps a lot. The hints helped me a lot in this seed. I bought 1 hint the entire game, and it was that one that said silvers were in 8. And the minute I had some sort of offense, I was like, well, these hints better be true, because I'm sticking my face into 8, and I'm not leaving without silvers. And then I got the hint about the location of Ganon in 9. Ooh, Mako's in his Ganon fight. Great.
Yep, 4 hits with...
Oh, sorry, you got 11 heart mags. That's great.
10 heart mags.
Oh, man! Slumming it down here with 8 hearts. Oh, that would have been nice. Oh, nice job by Mako. You got him with 1.5 hearts left. Nice job.
Absolutely. I don't think he has the route, though.
He's not that far. He can find it pretty easily. However, does have only 2 bombs left.
Yeah. I think there's a direct path from start. I don't know if he's gone up yet and tried to wind that around. It kind of forced me to find Zelda just by not taking those stairs. I was trying to do the CD approach of just don't take a stair unless the game makes you take a stair. And then the game made me take a stair, and that's when I got the hint about southeast is where Ganon is. So yeah, I kind of fought my own tendencies in this seed. I would have tended to stick around the forest digging for stuff, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because there's no levels there. I probably would have put off Death Mountain till the end, and that's where all levels were. But the minute I had bow and silvers, I was like, all right, just hit the gas and don't let up, and just see what happens. Oh god, that's an interesting level 9 on Chaos's screen.
Oh yeah, definitely. Chat, name that ink blot. That looks like some sort of industrial grade forklift, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, maybe. Let's see. Okay. Oh, everybody's got silvers. Good. Okay.
Yeah, practically everybody bought the hint to silvers in 8. The other hints that we saw were red candle in 1, as well as recorder in 2, but not exactly the most useful hints there.
Okay, well, I'm glad I blew my money on Blue Ring then. Well, I didn't blow it. It did save my life multiple times. Oh, good. Dr. J's in his fight. Okay, good.
That he is. Another 4 hits for the magical sword.
Has 2.
Staircase for Mako. That's the KO for Dr. J. And I think he's got the path. Mako, I think, is close.
Mako also has a bomb pack. Could be of use to find the princess.
Dr. J in a stair. Mako heads north from here. Dr. J, he has the door. Mako does too. We are heading for a photo finish, folks. Get your GGs in chat for both Mako 71 and Dr. J. 109-16, 109-17. Mako snipes Dr. J by 1 second for second place on the restream. 8th overall. Stone finished with a 104.28, but how about that finish?
I don't think I've ever seen that, a finish decided by, oh, I killed the fire and I walked past the little invisible line where you rescue the princess. Wow, I didn't expect that at all.
Absolutely not. Somebody clip that for sure, as that is definitely the highlight of the night. Holy smokes.
You'll love to see it, though, and Chaos Finale should be able to make pretty good time as well. I mean, this 9 wasn't the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah, it did have the potential to be a real booger, but yeah, it wasn't that bad.
And joining us in the broadcast booth, second place finisher Mako 71. GGs.
Hey, thanks for the GGs, Moon. Who finished first? I don't even know.
That was Spidosaurus with a 52.23. We had bbq.gov get the win on restream, but you could probably want to go back and watch that level 9 because you sniped Dr. J by 1 second. It's Chaos Finale for the final time tonight. Here's Ganon. 15 hits with the wood sword needed here.
Thankfully does have the red ring. We'll just probably need the stun lock and just dropped it.
He's in a really good spot down there in that corner.
Has a red potion ready to go as well. Oh, got it.
Nicely done.
Really good patience. That was nice.
Didn't even need a potion for that fight. Well done.
Yeah, I needed 2. I really only needed 1, but I accidentally hit A and B at the same time and drunk my second one with 4 hearts, so... Whoops.
Yeah, unfortunately, we saw that one.
Yeah.
Well, that could happen to anybody, really.
Yeah, it's just, it's like fat fingering a key on your keyboard. You're like, oh, God, it hit B! No! So, Mako, what do you think of this seed?
It was a pretty friendly seed, I would say. I made a couple of critical mistakes, but otherwise, yeah, this could have easily been a sub-hour. I see a couple of runners did sub-hour. It looks like BBQ, you just missed it, but yeah, it was, I thought it was a friendly one.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. Well, I hated 8, because I was in 8 early, because I got the hint early about silvers in 8. So I was in there with 5 hearts and green tunic, just beating my head against a wall against that enemy set. But I knew silvers were there. I was like, no, I am not leaving until I get my silvers. So I spent like 15, 20 minutes in there, but I finally got silvers and then got the Triforce and got the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah, it looks like
That's
I
the third
spent
hit.
a lot of time.
Wait, what is Dr. J entering? Meanwhile, get your GGs and chat for Chaos Finale, who brings it home on Restream with a time of 1:13:23. The only other finisher that is finished between Dr. J and Chaos Finale would be Jess Andy with a time of 1:12:12.
Just Andy finishing 10th. Chaos Finale taking 11th here in this race. GG's to all of our runners. Man, what a night. We've seen a couple of highlight plays for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Although I do have to draw attention to what Dr. J entered into his screen when the coladas hit you. I'm gonna need some context for that one. We are joined now by Chaos Finale. GG. That was a great seed and a heck of a run between all four of you tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So that level 8 giving everybody a problem, and wow.
Yeah, it didn't really help that I was digging it out with, I think, 5 hearts. So, at least I had the blue ring, I suppose.
Sounds like we all had trouble with 8, so that probably balanced out. For me, it was finding the ladder too late, skipping 5 and digging some other dungeons, digging 3, which had a useless book. So, and 4 having 4 was nice though, getting the Wanderer.
Yeah, I never saw the wand or the white sword. I got the ladder. I think that was like one of the first dungeon items that I got, if I remember correctly.
I think it was mine too, and it was like the first room in. I think there were a couple. There were like 2 dungeons where the Triforce was either the Triforce or the dungeon item was like the first room in, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice, thanks."
The ladder was 1 room in, but I didn't have any weapon when I was in there first.
Oh, okay.
I'll do it.
And on top of that, we also had a very close finish on Restream. Wow, what a night overall.
Yeah, I only got to see the tail end of your guys. I think you were both in 9 when I finished, but you both finished that up strong, really well. So, dude, great job by everybody.
Thank you.
It's getting late for me, so I'm gonna check out here. But thanks for doing the comms and the restream and the tracking and everything. It's always fun when we can get 4 folks on doing the weekly and have a big a community fun time. So it was great. Thanks to everybody and GG's Mako, GG's Chaos, and yeah, see you next time.
GG's everyone.
GG's BBQ. It was our pleasure.
GG's BBQ. Thank you for joining us.
See you guys. Thanks.
And with that, any final thoughts on the seed before we wrap for the night?
Gleoks are dumb.
I don't think I've ever
me.
made the podium in a seed where I got wall mastered, and that trend continues.
Ooh, you hate to see that. And hopefully that wasn't in 9, because I've mentioned that, and if that did, I feel bad, because that's commentator's curse on the bingo card.
I think it was 7, actually.
That's never fun.
Maybe it was 5. It was one of the last dungeons I got to. So.
Either way, painful when it comes to time, the time loss. Still GG's. Very solid performance by both of you.
Yeah, and all 4... Yeah, everybody had a very good performance tonight.
And let's not forget our tracker here tonight, Smilefires. Thank you for tracking for us. And I know I say it all way too often, but trackers are the MVPs. Without them, we don't get to do this.
Well, absolutely, because without trackers, we would be balancing both duties here in the booth, and let me tell you something. That is not easy to balance commentating a race while tracking at the same time. And I looked at the speed gaming schedule, and this is it for tonight, with the next things on this docket being tomorrow, a Super Metroid Randomizer League race at 8:10 p.m. Eastern, with the SMZ3 Weekly on at 9, and they're going normal 774 flags. Those are always fun to watch, believe me. The way they were able to fit 2 games into one, interconnect them into one combination randomizer without needing to use another program. It's really cool. You definitely want to see that.
With that, Chaos, Mako, anything else about this seed?
Nothing on my end, other than GG to everyone, and thanks for commentating and tracking.
Yeah, same here. GG's. Thanks, comms. Thanks, trackers. Thanks, SG2 community for hanging out. Pleasure running. And hope you all have a great night.
Thank you both for joining us. And before we wrap up, I do want to draw attention to another finisher in the race. That is in 12th position. We have CD Improv with a finishing time of 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 34 seconds. GG to CD Improv. And Leslie, I believe it's about that time where we start to wrap it up.
That we do, and next week we come back with the flags from the 2018 tournament, which I believe, if my memory is correct, will be the Week 5 Swiss flags, which the interesting thing about the 2018 flags is that the cave shuffle is turned off, but the dungeons are shuffled amongst themselves, which does lead to some interesting strategies on what dungeons to route and when. Oh no, Smilefire is actually calling me out on chat, correcting me. It's Pentaforce. Oh boy, I got memories of that one, as does Norestra. And yeah, that was Pentaforce was a 2018 flag. My mistake. I was the solo on the call for the longest race in that particular tournament. The VOD is on YouTube. It was a train wreck. I will leave it at that.
That sounds like a fun time for everybody involved.
Yeah, nearly 3 hours, 45 minutes of a very rude, very tough seed, thanks to one of the worst level 9s I have ever seen generated in any flag set. I will leave it at that. But so you got Pentaforce to look forward to next week, folks. And with that, Moonrisen, take us home.
All right, everybody. And on behalf of our tracker Smilefires, on behalf of my co-commentator Leslie Pro, on behalf of the speeding community and all of us here at the Zelda 1 Randomizer community, Moonrisen Phoenix here. Thank you all for watching, viewers. Without you guys, we don't get to do this. So thank you. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you next week. Good night, everybody.
Take care, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.